Ed.
Tornadoes on the ground to our north.
Two tornadoes on the
about
ground.
half a mile apart. Maybe about a half a mile to a mile apart. Two of them on the ground at the same time. We're behind the hill now. Let me get at the top of the hill and see what's going on. But there.
Go ahead. Okay, we're losing him. In and out. He's saying right now he has two tornadoes. Let's go to Von Castor's shot. Two tornadoes on the ground. Let's go to Von Castor's. And Vaughn, go ahead. There's the tornado. Go ahead, Vaughn. Vaughn, that's coming into southeastern Beaver County, folks. This tornado is getting large now. It's getting large. This is becoming a serious tornado coming into southwestern Harper County and northwestern Ellis County. Look at the size of the tornado, folks. Look at the size of the tornado. Vaughn, do you see one or two tornadoes? And give me a guesstimate on the width of that tornado right there. Go ahead. Wow.
That's at least a quarter mile wide. At least a quarter mile, maybe a half a mile wide, David, with the damaged area that's going to be around it, because it's extremely strong winds all around it. It's getting bigger. That's turning into a wedge. As we speak, that's a wedge tornado on the ground moving towards Beaver County right now, David.
Okay. All right. Great job, Vaughn. So, folks, this is now becoming more than just an EF1 or an EF2. This is now becoming what could be a deadly tornado going into Ellis County. You're seeing it live right here on News 9. This is going to be coming out of southeastern Beaver County. It's going to cross into, look at the size of it, folks. Look at the width. Look at the right side of the tornado. Look at the width. Look at the left side of the tornado. It's going to be a quarter to a half mile wide. Okay? EF2s don't come in that size. Okay? That's going to be the minimum of an EF3 tornado, possibly a 4. We'll say a 3, but I'm telling you, it's a dangerous tornado now. If you live in southeastern Beaver County, if you live in southwestern Harper County, look at the right side of the wedge. And if you live in far northwestern Ellis County, okay, that's the tornado.
It's County Road North 1660 and County Road East 330.
Okay. 1660.
Yep.
There's the tornado. Okay. And right. This is the north-south. What was the east-west on that?
330.
Okay.
Kind of the mile north was kind of the one I went off of.
Okay, 328, 330, and then we have 340. Okay, this is in southeastern Beaver County. Folks, this is Harper County right here. You folks in Harper County, you need to wake up. You need to call everybody and anybody you know that lives north of Catesby. Okay, this is a dangerous, potentially this is a deadly tornado. Okay, this is a big tornado now. It's a very large tornado. There it is right there. There it is right there. That's the tornado in the upper left. I know it's dark. There's the right side of the tornado. Boom, look at the lightning flashes. Here we go. Okay, it's going into northwestern Ellis County and southwestern Harper County. It might go south of Laverne.
Val shuts up.
Okay, let's go back to Val. Go back to Val Castor. Let's take his shot. Look at the size of the tornado. Val, that's a big tornado. It's a deadly tornado if it hits anything or hits anybody. If you're not in your safe spot.
Val's cell phone just dropped off, but his shot's there.
Okay, look at the shot, folks. Look at the tornado. Look at the right side of the tornado from Val. There's the left side of the tornado from Val. And once again, this is in far southeastern Beaver County. This is going into far northwestern Ellis County, and I mean the far northwestern tip. And then from there, it's going to pass into southwestern Harper County. Look at the size of the tornado. That is a large tornado from Val Castor, Vaughn Castor, Tom Pastrano, and Marty Logan. Look at the power flashes. Okay, we just had a power flash. Okay, so big tornado now. We have Val. Is Val back in? Okay, holler when he gets back in. Look at the tornado here live on News 9. Let's go back to radar. Let's put Val's shot over here, please, just for a second, and we'll get back to that here in just a second. Okay, there's the tornado. It's right here. It's right here. Let's go. Look at velocity. Look how much it's come up. Okay, this is a big tornado, and velocity data. This is going to be a fairly strong tornado now. This is going to be winds in excess of 150 miles per hour. Okay, all right. This is a big tornado. It's in southeastern Beaver County. It's in southeastern Beaver County. This is northwestern Ellis County right here. Okay, this is Ellis County, northwest of Catesby. Okay, do we have Val? All right, let's go back to Val Castor. Val, big tornado. Give us an update. Wow, look at the motion. Go ahead, Val, go ahead.
Yeah, we thought this was going to be a big one. When I saw that wall cloud, David, this is a big, dangerous tornado. I mean, this is at least an EF3. At least an EF3 the way it looks. A lot of violent motion with this thing, David. And you know what? I think it's going to be on the ground for a while the way it's going. Just a large tornado, and this is going to be I'm going to try to give you a location that's northwest of us, about 4 miles. It's basically an open country at the moment. Expand my map out here. Yeah, it's going to go well north of Catesby, that's for sure. Well west and north of Catesby, out of the Panhandle. So, it's going to pass into Harper County pretty soon, pretty quickly, I would think. It's probably in the southeast corner of Beaver County right now, but it's on its way, David. Eventually, if it stays on the ground, it's going to head up kind of in the general direction of Laverne, I'm thinking right now. What do you think?
Yeah, no, you're right. Laverne. Okay, Laverne's in danger right now. We'll show you here coming up. Okay, that's a large tornado. That is a strong tornado, and we can almost call this a violent tornado now. But looking at velocity data and from the trackers in the field, right? This is a big tornado for sure. And there it is. Look at there, 80. 80 away, 50. Yeah, it's 150 mile per hour at least tornado wind speed here. We're going to 150. We're going to 180. Now we start to get into the EF3, EF4 category. Okay, so, big tornado now. Big tornado. Here comes Marty Logan in from the south. Let's go to Marty Logan's shot. He's got a clear shot from the southeast.
It almost
Marty
just took a dive to the north.
Okay, it did.
Wedge on the ground,
Okay,
for
Marty,
sure. That's just like what Val's saying. Headed north into Beaver County.
Right. Here's Marty. It's on the county. It's on the county line, Marty. It's going to cross, Marty. It's going to cross the Beaver, Ellis, Harper County line. I'll say it again. Beaver, Harper, Ellis County line, and it's going to cross 412 east of Slapout, 4 miles east of Slapout. Okay. There's the tornado.
Okay.
Marty Logan, go ahead. Give me another update. Go.
Okay, so folks up in Ditch Valley, Laverne, may be a little farther out, but those are the areas that we're going to be concerned about. Right now, I'm at Catesby. You're looking northwest with me from Catesby. I'm with Val. Large wedge tornado on the ground, headed to the north. We've been Facebook Live warning people, and it's a grinder, David. It's a grinder, and it's headed north, just like you said. Beaver, Harper County, you're going to have to take tornado precautions now. Maybe have another funnel right out on the right side right now. You see it in our shot. There may be another funnel besides the main tornado. Get out of these trees. You might be able to see it. Look at the base in there. Look at the base.
Just for a second. Okay, yeah. Look at the tail clock. Okay, there's the width of the tornado. I know it's going in and out. Look at the width of the tornado, folks. That is a large tornado, right?
And I'm starting to see some negative CC values, David, too, on radar, which could indicate debris.
Yeah, we've got, if it's hitting anything,
right.
No doubt about it. Okay, look, that's a large tornado from Marty Logan. Let's go back to Val Castor's shot. Wow. Let's go back to Val's shot. This is scary. Look at the motion. Val Castor, look at the debris in the air from your video. And Val, it's trying to take on, now it's becoming a wedge, big time wedge, violent tornado. Val, this is going to be an EF4. This is going to be an EF4 if it hits something, I promise you. Go ahead, Val. Give me an update.
You're exactly right, David. It's going to be at least an EF4 if it hits something. At least an EF4. Lots of debris. Look at all that debris in our shot right there. So I'm going to have Amy zoom up on it just a little bit with dash cam here. Actually, we've got it on night vision right there. You can see it in our shot. There's a lot of debris. David, one thing to note, this thing appears to be moving due north. It looks like it's turned left like occluded, but it obviously reached equilibrium because this thing is just growing.
Okay. All right. We just lost Val. And, okay, go ahead, Val. Go.
Go, David.
Okay, we just lost you. Are you back in here? Go, Val. Go. Okay.
Violent tornado, David. This thing's getting even bigger still. I couldn't think it was going to get any bigger, but it continues to get bigger.
Yeah, right. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, we're going north on. Let me tell you which road we are on here. What is that? North 1710. We're on North 1710, and I actually think it's
so violent.
Wow.
It's inching closer to us as we go north.
It is right on the Harper-Ellis County line.
It might be just going a hair east of due north. But
it is.
This is a massive. This is like May 3rd stuff right here.
It is. Okay, Val, stay with me here. Control room, put his shot over. We've been looking at, obviously, there's a lot of people that live out here. You're thinking, where is this? This is coming into northwestern Oklahoma, and it's headed towards Laverne right now. It could go west of Laverne, but this thing has changed. directions, at least once. It's a little farther now to the north, but there are a number of homes and farmhouses and ranches that are up here. And folks, this is a deadly tornado. If you live in northwestern Ellis County, southwestern Harper County, you've got to go to your safe spot now. That's the center part of the house, lowest level, and you have to go now. You have to be in a safe spot. If you're not, you're going to get in trouble. I'm telling you right now, this is a violent tornado. This is Harper County. This is northwestern Ellis County. There's a tornado. It's coming into Ellis County. This is southwestern Harper County. This is a big, bad tornado. If you don't believe me, look at the picture.
Oh, David, it's hit stuff. That is the debris.
Okay, this is our debris detector. This is debris.
Man.
Everything you see blue is debris. The radar is telling us that this is not liquid. Okay, it's houses, it's whatever, it's trees, it's automobiles, it's rocks, it's glass, it's whatever it's hit. The radar, these are negative numbers. That's what we call our debris detector. And look at that, folks. We've got big problems on our hands right now.
David, this is going to be in or near Laverne in less than 15 minutes.
Yep. Let's go back to it here. Now let's take a look at radar again. Val shot, is it still locked up? Is Val shot locked? Okay.
And he is off the line right now, too.
Okay, all right, let's go back to
Just
radar.
about 2 miles south of 412.
Yeah, okay, here's 412. There's the tornado. Let's back out of this just a second. Let's go to Val shot. This is what it looked like about 1 minute ago. And there it is right there. There's the tornado, large and violent. And it also had a big vorticity, too, that was reaching down. And it looked like the devil trying to come out of this thing and scar back out ahead of it. Let me tell you, when things start to happen like that in a violent tornado, you have big-time issues because that is a violent tornado. Valcaster, you're back live again. It's now coming into northwestern Ellis County. We've got a debris bowl. We've got debris lofted in the air. We're seeing it on radar. Violent tornado, Val. Go ahead.
No, Val, we have Marty.
Okay,
still.
let's go to Marty. Marty Logan, you're looking right at it. Go ahead, Marty.
Yeah, this is, we're on north-south 171, east-west 32, 171, 32. That tornado is northwest of us, approximately 2 to 3 miles. Large and in charge, multiple vortex at times, wedge tornado, still tearing the ground up. It's on the ground, still moving northeast right now. That's going to put it in Beaver County, correct? Hey, there may be another one coming down on the right side. It has been multiple vortex at time, and I think it's trying to do it again. And it's not letting up like our others have been doing. This thing is still a wedge sitting on the ground, grinding, headed northeast right now. We're at north-south 171, east-west 32. That's 2 to 3 miles to our northwest, a large wedge tornado on the ground. Back to you, David.
Okay, great job, Marty Logan, as always. He's one of the best, I promise you. And he knows this country like you know your bathroom. I'm telling you right now, he knows every part of this country up here. Marty lives up here, so you got to listen to Marty Logan, northwestern Oklahoma. Laverne. I can't say it enough. Laverne, it's a large and violent tornado in Laverne. You got to go to your safe spot. Sirens need to be blowing in Laverne, and then you got to get down. You got to get down in Laverne. Lowest level, center part of the house. Wow.
Val is back.
Okay, let's go back to Val. And again, it might miss Laverne, but not by much.
Here.
We'll do a storm track. Go ahead, Val. Go ahead, Val. We got a problem. Go ahead, Val. Large tornado, violent tornado.
All right, David. It's on the ground, maybe 3/4 of a mile to my west right now. We're almost on it. It's a large tornado, and I could see violent motion. I mean, good night. This thing is spinning hard. Violent motion. We're about to get into the rain curtains here. I'm just going to slow down here, and we're going to watch it. Rain curtains, 1/4 of a mile, less than 1/4 of a mile to our northwest. Look at that shot. There's a farmhouse. It's going to miss the farmhouse just barely to the west.
Okay,
Barely missing this farmhouse.
Val, how far away are you from the tornado right now? Look,
I'm 1/4 of a mile, David, 1/4 of a mile.
Okay, Val, your camera just went nearly dark on us, so you might need to adjust your camera there. It went very dark.
Here. Put on the roof cam. Put on the roof cam.
Okay, yeah.
Roof cam.
There we go.
All right, roof cam. There it is right there.
Okay.
It's 1/4 of a mile.
Okay, Val, it looks like the condensation is now beginning to pull back, and now it's still on the ground. We still have a debris cloud, but the condensation has lifted, okay?
Not yet. Not yet.
Val, you see what
condensation is on the ground again.
Yeah,
David.
here we go. It's filling back in.
Multiple
There's
vortex.
multiple vortex. There's a vorticity tube. Look at this, folks. It's like Wow, it's like a merry-go-round. Look at these vorticity tubes. The main cone, has not has dissipated slightly. It's still a violent, deadly tornado. These are all individual vortices rotating around the main tornado. Around a violent tornado, you have small vortices rotating around the big mom tornado, the mother tornado. There's a vorticity tube. There's a vorticity tube. Watch it. You're seeing this live on News 9.
Barely missed the farmhouse.
Okay, there it is. Barely missed the farmhouse there.
David, it looks like it's right on top of Highway 412 right now,
Okay.
near North County Road 1720 and 1730.
Okay, there it is. There's the tornado.
It's not moving very fast at all.
No.
It's moving very, very slowly to the north.
Yes.
Very slowly north.
Yes, it has slowed down. We're looking at radar here. Val's right here. So what's this, 290 road?
Which one are you pointing
Right here, east-west road. Is that 290?
Yeah, that's 290.
Okay, that's where the tornado is. It's right here. It's right in front of Val. Maybe south of 290 just by a hair. And then what's the north-south right here, Lace? I can't see it.
The north-south is 1700 Road.
Okay, 1700 road. This is 412. Laverne is right here. You folks in Laverne, you have to go to your safe spot. The tornado is nearly stationary. There's the hook. Tom and Rob coming in from the southeast. We need to get Tom and Rob's picture back up. There's the debris
there's a power
ball.
flash.
Go ahead, Valcaster. Here's Laverne.
Oh, good grief. Power flash. This thing is stationary now, David. I'm going to stop on the road.
Okay.
It's stationary,
All
and
right.
it's a quarter of a mile north of us here. We saw a power flash. I'm a little worried about this farmhouse here, just to our northwest. Also worried about the man that went in the emergency vehicle straight north. We're getting probably 60-mile-an-hour winds from the southwest right now in front of us. We saw a power flash on the road straight ahead of us, about maybe a quarter to a half a mile.
Yes.
Straight ahead of us. We've been completely overspread with rain now.
Okay, yeah, you're on the wrap, so you probably at some point here, you're going to have to go back, obviously, back to your east, and we'll see what it does. But please be careful, Val and Amy. Please be careful. Justin, are Tom and Rob, are they in?
East?
Yeah, they're on, but we can't get their video to.
Okay, well, let me talk to Tom.
We'll go north.
Let me talk to Tom. Hey, Tom Pastrano, it's back to your west. What do you think? What do you see? What do you see? We have Marty's shot.
Actually,
Go ahead, Tom.
Tornado is still on the ground. There's actually a large cone funnel, and then there's a smaller circulation it's a smaller tornado. It actually looks like it's about to become a large tornado again.
Okay, all right, there we go. Great job, Tom. We're going to get your picture back up here. Let's go to Marty Logan. And Marty, it's just to your northwest. It's just right there. It's right out your front window. It looks like it's still on the ground. What do you see? Marty Logan now. Again, we are about 8 miles southwest of Laverne. Laverne. You got to go to your safe spot. It might miss you, but it might not. Laverne, go ahead, Marty.
Okay, we're moving to the east. We're trying to get out. Yeah, I'm looking back at it. It's still on the ground. It's big. It's large and in charge. It's a wedge. It's headed to Laverne, May area, maybe even Buffalo later on. It's behind me because I'm trying to get east. We're trying to get repositioned right now. Back to you, David.
Okay, all right, great job, Marty. Stay safe. Please be careful. This is a violent tornado we've been tracking here for the last 20, 30 minutes or so. It has been a violent tornado, at least an EF3. It could have been an EF4, maybe an EF5. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Once you get over a certain threshold, they're all the same, right? They're all big, bad, and ugly. All right, this has been a big tornado in far northwestern Oklahoma, into southwestern Harper County, and this thing is trying to make its way towards Laverne, okay, towards Laverne. Let's go back to Links 4 and Cassie. We have a storm track, and here it is. And right now, it's not moving very fast, so we're going to say Laverne at about 9:12. 9:12 Laverne, and the calf feeder is at 10:47. That's a long ways down the road, but to 9:12 Laverne. That's what matters on this map, right? Laverne right now is getting hammered with wind and hail. They're getting hammered with wind and hail. Okay, there's Val. And, okay, the tornado is going to be just right here. It's right outside Val's window. Let's go back to Tom Pastrano and get an update from Tom. Let's keep the radar up, or we can go to somebody else's picture here, but I want to talk to Tom. He's right here looking back to the west. Tom Pastrano, give me an update. Is the tornado still on the ground? Go ahead.
Yeah, the condensation funnel is not on the ground. There is a large wall cloud. I did see a power flash about 1 minute ago, so there's still very strong winds underneath that. And it actually looks like there's a funnel beginning to form again, but it's not as strong as it was just about 10 minutes ago. I think it's reorganizing. If I was in Laverne, I still would be taking my tornado precautions because it is heading that way.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Great job, Tom. Yes, the tornado is on the ground. It's right here. It's basically over 412 or close to it. Tom, you're 2 miles south of 412. Has it crossed 412? Yeah, it's crossed 412. Okay, let's go back to Val. Val shot's back up. There's Val's there in the upper left. Here's the tornado. Val, I'm looking at it. Your shot's pretty dark. I know you can see better than we can from your perspective. Is it on the ground? Give me an update exactly where you're located. You're south of 412, 2 miles. 2 miles south of 412. Go ahead.
All right, so I'm looking. I don't see it on the ground, David, but that's not saying anything because we had a pretty heavy rain band wrap around us when the tornado was on the ground. We lost it in the rain, and I mean we were still only a quarter of a mile to a half a mile from it, but it was such a thick rain band, and it's getting dark out here. But it's kind of opened up a little bit now. If you're looking to we're looking to our northeast. It's going to be to our northeast if it's on the ground. Maybe just no more than a mile northeast of us here. So we're going to have to work our way up. You see it? Okay, there's a bowl-shaped lowering. Look at our shot right there. You can see that lowering right there. That's looking straight northeast. So we're gonna have to bust north here and see if we can get on the other side of the rain. I'm not seeing power flashes, and
Okay.
I'm just not seeing it at the moment. Anyway, we're going to keep driving north here. I know there's a lot of wraparound, and our road just turned to mush.
Don't get stuck.
To mush, but
Okay.
we're going to try to get up north, further north.
Okay, all right. We got to get Tom and Rob farther north, too. Yeah, we got to get them up the hill here. We got to get them up the highway. Okay, so tornado warning continues. This is going to be for southwestern Harper County, and truly, this is a tornado emergency with this tornado. It's a big, violent tornado, but we can't confirm that it's lifted. We still think that it has section spots, and it's still on the ground, and there it is. It's going to be about 2 miles north of Val.
Tom has a tornado on the ground right now.
All right, let's go to Tom, and we can stay with this shot. Tom has it on the ground, looking back to his northwest. Tom, looking back to your northwest, give me an update, what you see there. Keep heading north. It's going to Laverne. It's going to try to go to Laverne unless it makes the left turn and goes left. Go ahead, Tom.
Yeah, David, the original tornado, it occluded, and right behind it, in the rain, is a large tornado. It is on the ground, and it's getting larger as we speak.
And Tom, you are right here. You're going to be 2 miles south of 412. Is that right? Your GPS is updating, right? Just want to make sure.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. 2 miles south of 412, folks. Laverne, tornado emergency for Laverne. If you live in Laverne or west of Laverne, tornado emergency for you. What does that mean?
Marty.
It means a tornado is headed towards you or west of you. Okay. And this is a violent tornado. This has been a violent tornado that we've been tracking here the entire last half hour. We've been tracking it all evening in the Texas Panhandle. It's been up and down. It's been weak, but now it's a large tornado, and it's right here. There's the tornado. Here's Laverne. Let's lapse that and see what you think. Okay, let's lapse that one more time.
And Val's reporting power line poles down,
Okay.
so
Yep.
he's having to avoid.
Okay, is he still headed north, Justin? Okay, his GPS has it. Okay, no, he's moving. Yeah, he's got to get moving here. And Marty as well. We got to get these guys north. You got to get them up 283.
Look at links 1. You can see the path of it and kind of help you get a better idea of the direction.
Let's go to links 1 control room. And this is what we call our shear tracks.
You can see we're maxed out.
Yeah,
for a
what the
minute.
radar is showing where this thing has been spinning and turning. And you can see, went right over Follett. The tornado set down southwest of Follett, but it was big time southeastern Beaver County into southwestern Harper County, northwestern Ellis County. This is the exact path of that tornado. Wow, wow, wow. So the tornado now is going to be northwest of Tom and Rob. It's right back in here. The tornado's right here, and it does have some rain around it. You folks in Laverne, it's just to your west. It's trying to miss Laverne. There's the tornado, folks. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 miles, give or take, west-southwest of Laverne. Okay, but right now it's moving more north-northeast, but it could easily make a right turn into Laverne, right? Yeah, Laverne, tornado emergency for Laverne. Tornado emergency for Laverne. This has been a large and violent tornado. If you live in southwestern Harper County, you've got to get down, you've got to get low, center part of the house, lowest level, storm shelter first. And if you live in a mobile home, you have to get out. We hate to say that to people. We never want to say flee a tornado, but if you live in a mobile home, you cannot ride this thing out if it hits you, I promise. This is a big-time tornado. Okay, let's go to Marty, and let's go to Marty Logan. Marty's right here, crossing 412. Marty, you're headed northbound towards Laverne. It's to your west. It's to your west-northwest. Is it on the ground? Tom says he can see a big tornado back in there. What do you think?
Yeah, our shot, Max has got it looking out the front windshield off to the west. I see a wall. I'm glancing over there right now, trying to see if I can see a tornado, because I'm with them. It did rain. It's going to be southwest of Laverne. I feel like it's taking aim on Laverne right now. After Laverne would be a little community of Lovedale, just east of the river. There's a road that'll come out south of Buffalo. Hey, we've got a cone coming down right now underneath that wall. I don't know if you can see it in our pic. I'm following Tom. We are scooting to the north. Guys, this is taking aim at Laverne. It's taking aim at Laverne right now. It is straight out my driver's window. I'm going to say about 3 to 4 miles to the west of me and Tom right now, as we are northbound from the junction called Log Cabin Corner. We're headed to Laverne. Laverne, I'm sure you have. Blow the siren. Wait, did I see a tornado down? I'm looking over there. No, I don't think it's down yet. We're just crossing the bridges south of Laverne. We're going to be coming by the old Phillips plant. That's going to be on the west side of the road in about a quarter of a mile. It's going to be straight west of the old Phillips plant right now. That would put us about 3 to 4 miles south of Laverne. Come right out my window, right there. Max, let's zoom it in if we can. Yeah, and it's still headed to Laverne, guys. So I'm sure that the sirens have been blown in Laverne.
Okay, there's a wall cloud. I just had a great shot of the wall cloud. Okay, go ahead, Marty. Give me an update. One more update there. As you come in, you're now 4 miles south of Laverne.
Yeah, probably 3 to 4 south. I'm following Tom. We got people stopped in the middle of the road, just like we always have to deal with. They're knotheads. I even have people standing in the road. So that's slowing us down a little bit, but we're headed north into Laverne. I'm going to say 4 to 5 miles southwest of Laverne is our wall. I'm looking under it. I don't see a tornado on the ground right now, but tornado precautions. You've got to take your tornado precautions at Laverne, south of Laverne, north of Laverne, also east, Lovedale, and that little community right out there by the river. If it stays on the ground, it's going to be going through canyon country. It'll come out north of McVicker Corner, which is the junction right there on the road coming east out of Laverne. It'll hit the junction going north to Buffalo. That's another one. If it stays on the ground, Buffalo, you will be in the path of this storm also.
Right.
So,
okay, Marty, I'm going to jump back in here real quick. It's almost into Laverne. It's coming into Laverne right now. Strong rotation. Okay, let's go back to, and we'll go back to Marty here. Let's go back to Links 3. Let's go back to Links
1.
Sorry, Links 1. My bad. Links 1 control room. Links 1. Here's Laverne. We've been saying it. There's the hook. And again, tornado emergency for Laverne. It's been a large and violent tornado. Let's take a look at it here. Look at it with me. And it's getting stronger now. Circulation's getting stronger. Folks, this is what we've been saying. Laverne, Laverne, Laverne. Tom and Marty need to be careful. Tom and Marty need to be careful. It's going to go into Laverne. The circulation is going to go into Laverne, okay? You folks in Laverne, lowest level, center part of the house, and you got to go now. You've got about 5 minutes. You have about 5 minutes in Laverne to go to your safe spot. Laverne, 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 okay? You have to go now. It's been a large and violent tornado. There's Laverne. The tornado's right here. It's going to go on, or just, it's going to, you got to go to your safe spot if you live in or anywhere to the west and north of Laverne. Okay, let's go to Val Castor. Val's coming in from the south. Val, give me an update as you look to the north. Let's go to Val Castor and get an update from him. Val, go ahead.
Okay. All right, David. Have power lines down we have we're on highway 270. I'm sorry, I'm having to avoid power lines here. Highway 270. There's power lines down. Right now, we've come a half a mile, and there's a half a mile of power lines down. So, and we're still going. So that means the tornado damage path was half a mile wide here, at least. Back on the South Road, when we were south of Highway 270, we had probably a mile and a quarter of power lines down there, but that was when it was moving northeast. But it took a perpendicular shot on this road here, and there's about a half a mile of power lines down. So that's a big tornado, David.
It's a big bad tornado is what it is, Val. Okay, Val, keep heading north. It's now coming back into Laverne. So Val just drove through, and we were saying this on the air, half-mile wide tornado. That's how wide the damage path was that he just drove through just to the south. Okay, let's go back to Marty. Let's go back to Marty Logan, who is in Laverne. Marty, the tornado is about a mile and a half. Marty Logan, the tornado is a mile and a half southwest of your location. Please be careful. Please be careful, Marty Logan. Please be careful. And Tom's there as well. Tom, you guys need to be paying attention. Let's go to Marty. Marty, what do you see? What do you see looking back out your window? Go ahead, Marty Logan.
I can't look. I'm going east at breakneck speed. I got to get out ahead of it, David.
Okay, all right. When you get back in position, call back. Let's go to Tom. And to Tom, when you made the turn, what do you see over your shoulder there? Go back to Tom Pastrana real quick. Go back to Tom. Go ahead, Tom.
Right. David, I think there's still a large tornado on the ground to our southwest. The power is out in Laverne, so hopefully everybody has a different source to get their weather information. But I think we got the word out pretty far in advance.
Yeah.
But the power is out here.
Okay. Power is out in Laverne. Power is out in Laverne. That's what Tom just said. Okay, let's go back to radar. Here's Laverne. Here's Tom and Rob and Marty. Okay? And there's the tornado. Folks, it's coming into Laverne.
Goodness.
It's coming
strengthened in the last scan.
Okay. Tornado emergency for Laverne. This is in Harper County in northwestern Oklahoma. There's no other severe weather to worry about right now. This is the only game in town. We're looking for any debris being lofted in the air. I don't see any negative. I don't see any blues in here. Here's the tornado. It's kind of wrapped in rain. Okay, there's the tornado, folks. It's right here. It's on the west side of Laverne. Laverne, you have to go below ground. You have to go to your safe spot. Below ground by meaning storm shelter, safe room. If you're upstairs, center part of the house, lowest level, that's all good. Lowest level, center part of the house, closet, bathroom, you've got to go there. Okay, if you have a basement, that's okay. That's okay. If you've got a storm shelter, obviously, get to that first, right? Okay, everybody good? Everybody good in Laverne? We need to do this right now. If it misses you, it's not going to be by much. It's right over town.
It really is.
It's right over town.
And I'm looking out of the Dodge City radar too, just trying to make sure that the angles aren't different out of the two radars.
Right.
And it's just, within a mile of either the south or west side of town.
Yeah, Laverne, it's coming into town right now. It's coming into town. Where's Val? He's coming in from the south. Okay, Val's going to be right there in just a second. Have Tom and Marty turned around yet?
Marty's turning around right now.
Okay, all right. Marty's going to turn around. Marty's 3 miles east of town. Is Tom turned back around yet?
It just came up on the last scan even more.
Okay, let's go back to velocity data. And, okay, yeah.
I'm looking at it out of Dodge City too. So
this is bad. This has produced a large and violent tornado, came out of the Texas Panhandle. It's now coming into Laverne right now. It's happening right now in Laverne. Okay, coming in from the southwest. Let's go back to Tom. Tom, what do you see? What do you see looking off to your west there? What's going on behind you, Tom Pastrano? Give me an update. Go ahead, Tom.
Right now, I can't see anything on the ground. It actually is probably rain wrapped. We are looking back towards the southwest. I do see a base and I do see a wall cloud. So maybe, just maybe, it might have lifted, but I wouldn't take any chances with something this strong. I don't see any power flashes or anything, too. So that's good news, possibly.
Yeah. No, it's bad. This is bad. It's strong enough that it could easily be on the ground. I tell you what, go to storm relative real quick here. Go to storm. Yeah. Okay. Folks, this is bad. This is coming into Laverne right now. This is coming into Laverne.
And it's moving very slowly.
Who's on links 2?
Matt.
Oh, Mahler's in the house?
Well, he's at home and
Very nice. Great job.
Way to go, Matt.
Great job. I keep seeing all these changing. Okay, so
I'm
okay,
rebooting, Justin.
great job. Okay, Laverne, tornado warning, tornado emergency for you. Let's go back to Val. He's coming in from the south. He's going up 283. Val, the tornado is now in or on top of Laverne. If it hasn't lifted, we can't tell. Doppler radar says that it can easily be on the ground. Val, what do you see looking into Laverne right now?
Okay, David, look at our night vision shot here. Look at our night vision shot. We see the lowering, and that's looking to our northwest, approaching Laverne right there.
Hang on
You
a
see
second.
that?
No, we don't see anything. It's just black. It's as black as night. We don't.
Oh,
Okay.
there we go.
There we go.
No,
Now.
it looks like it's not on the ground at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Like
excellent.
it's not on the
Okay.
ground. But that could come down at any minute. And that's what we're looking. We're looking straight northwest, right? We're looking straight west. Okay, point the camera a little bit further to the north. Yeah, we're gonna scan the horizon here because we can see through the rain pretty good with this thing, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna pull off up here and we're gonna look at it. Right now we're 2 miles south of Laverne, David.
Testing
and
my shot back.
I do not see power flashes anywhere. I don't see any power flashes. Let me stop and see what our wind direction is here. Okay, we got west winds at our location, so that means that circulation is north of us. We got a traffic jam on the road here in front of us. I'm going to try to work my way around them if I can here.
All right.
People in Laverne.
Okay. Hey,
and
Val.
saying,
Val,
they need
here-
to take cover. Yeah, yeah.
Val, real quick. Up 283, there are a ton of power lines. Obviously, the city of Laverne is full. Now, the power, I guess, is out in Laverne, but here's the deal. There's still enough power in the area. You don't see any power flashes? You don't see any power flashes right now? So it might have lifted. It might have lifted. Go ahead, Val. What do you think?
I think the power got knocked off in Laverne when those power lines on Highway 270 got knocked down.
Yeah, I agree.
There was a half a mile of power lines there, and there was another mile and a half south of there. There's a lot of power lines down, so that's probably when the power went off in Laverne here. So we're going north. We're scanning. We're looking through the rain here. We could see pretty good through the rain. If they're, on the rocky day, you remember seeing that tornado in the rain there.
Yeah, right. Right.
So we're watching. So far, we don't see it.
Okay.
There could be just too much rain. I don't know, but no power flashes at the moment, and that could be because there's no power too, though.
Okay.
We got Weston.
All right. Great job, Val. Here's the good news for Laverne. It's now north of town. It's now north of Laverne. The circulation is north of Laverne. So now that Val is coming into town, he'll be there shortly. He's about a mile and a half south of town. It looks like the circulation was really spinning. You folks in Laverne, I can't tell you how lucky you are tonight that this thing did not just come right into town, because it went right over you. And it has been a large and violent tornado.
And look at circulation and how it went literally scan by scan right over Laverne.
Right over town. And it made a left turn. It really, it took a bullseye to Laverne, because it made a right turn, a left turn, a right turn. And it kind of did a little bit of this going on. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of this. And to get there. And watch out. Watch the circulation here. The bright red and the bright green went right over town. Laverne, you are so lucky tonight. Good for you.
And Tom is seeing rapid rotation to his northwest, and
Okay.
we do have a stream back.
Okay, we've got Tom back up. Tom, we have your stream. Oh, wow. Look at the wall cloud and Tom's shot. Let's go to Tom. Now the tornado's now going to be north on 283. It's 2 miles north of Laverne. Tom, the tornado's going to be developing 2 miles north of Laverne on 283. Go ahead. Go.
Yeah, that's right, David. I don't see it on the ground, but I do have some pretty good rotation. I mean, it is really spinning still. So it's probably just now reorganizing like it did earlier. I think it lifted earlier and then it occluded, and then a new circulation with a large tornado formed. And that's, I think, what it's trying to do right now. So we could have another tornado at any time. At the moment, I don't see any tornado and I don't see any power flashes, but there's lots of motion in this wall cloud right in front of us.
Okay. All right, Tom. So there we go. Tom, you can see the wall cloud here in the flashes, right? And you don't see the tornado on the ground. And, hey, Jen, when we get the tornado video ready from earlier, holler. And let me know when we get that. I want to play some of that for the folks at home just to show you what this thing was and how big and how bad and how gnarly this thing was. Okay, so this is up. Again, Tom is making his way north. He's making his way north. Now, Tom is going to be just east of Laverne. He's just east of Laverne, not very far. And then Val is going through Laverne. So we know Val is coming into town right now. And Laverne is fine. Wow, I'm telling you, folks, there's area of circulation now. It's just about 1.5 miles, 2 miles north of town. So if you live north of Laverne and northeast of Laverne, you have to go to your safe spot right now. Lowest level, center part of the house. The tornado, at least for now, at this time and right now, it's lifted, but the circulation is still very strong. And then from there, we're going to do a storm track on this, and it's going up towards Dolby Springs Golf Course. Okay, if you live up in here, if you live east of Ralston, down Highway 64, you need to be going to your safe spot right now. Look at there. There's a tornado. There's where it's going to be, right there. And it has been a large 1/2 mile wide wedge tornado. It's been a violent tornado, and it was on the ground for quite a while. What do you estimate? How about 15 miles? Something like that. I mean, when it got really serious, 10, 15 miles, something like that. I mean, it was on the ground for quite a while. It was a bad tornado for sure. And it was going right to Laverne. It died. It lifted. It didn't die, but it did lift just southwest of Laverne. Circulation went right over Laverne. And now it looks like it's getting a little stronger, like Tom was saying. Okay, so Marty Logan's headed east, and Marty's going to get east over here, and then he's going to make the turn, and Marty's going to be looking. Folks, that's getting stronger. That's coming up. That's coming up.
And that's kind of been the history of this thing.
Yeah.
In the Texas Panhandle.
Yeah, it's cycled, I don't know how many times now. And in the Panhandle, it put down a big tornado in the Panhandle, and then it put down a bunch of small tornadoes. That's why we've been tracking it all afternoon and all evening long. We started during our 4 o'clock newscast with these storms taking off. And I mean, this was a big, big storm, and it has certainly gone south.
Yeah, it looks like it might have been on the ground 15 to 18 miles.
15 to 18 miles. Okay. And did it maybe weaken there a little bit more? Might have weakened some. There's where it is. It's right here. But don't look at velocity data. It's coming down some. It's still there. It's still there. It's still rotating for sure. There's area of spin. There it is. It's right here.
And just to point out, there's another one on its heels.
Okay,
Near Follett, Texas. Vaughn's still on that one, and it is tornado warned as well.
Okay, we've got another supercell in Lipscomb County. Now, the atmosphere is a little bit worked over, but in an environment like this, here's the deal. There's nothing south of this. So this is wide open for moisture, instability. It's got all the things going for it, even though it's moving through the same atmosphere as the other one. But tornadoes, I don't care. Wow, look at the circulation down here. So Vaughn is still on that. That's been a big tornado. This one has, right? And now it continues. This is going to be for north of Laverne and east of Ralston, okay? And then it's going to keep moving northeast, right? It's going to move all across. It's going to move all across northwestern Harper County. What about our timeline here? Let's do a storm track, Cassie, and let's see how close we're going to be to Buffalo. Let's find it maybe with velocity data. Let's do a storm track with velocity data. There it is, right there. And let's take this thing northeast. Yeah. Buffalo? You need to be watching this. I know you have been in Buffalo. We have a lot of viewers up here. You folks in Buffalo, Municipal Airport at 10:22. Okay? Buffalo at 10:22. But it's going to try to go to Buffalo.
David,
it will weaken. Go ahead.
I took the speed up to about 20. What do you think right now? 'Cause
Yeah,
it looks like it started to speed up a little bit.
No, I think that's good, Cassie.
Okay.
You know, absolutely. I think it is speeding up some. Yeah, it did kind of slow down there for sure, but it was kind of slow down when it was kind of cycling a little bit there. So, okay, so tornado warning continues for northern and parts of central Harper County. You folks in Laverne are in good shape. It's now northeast of you, but Laverne, you've got another supercell to your southwest. Jace, how are we doing the video? You have it? Okay. Let me show you what it looked like a little bit ago when all of our trackers, Tom Pastrano, Marty Logan, talking about Val Castor, they were right there. Vaughn Castor, they were on these storms and on this big supercell. Look at the violent tornado that was moving out of the Texas Panhandle, that moved in across southeastern Beaver County. And look up here. Look at the tube. Look at the wedge, right? And then right here, when you've got a violent motion, look at the violent motion on the southwest side. This is a killer tornado. And this is what we were saying. This was live. This was live on the air. This was just north of Catesby. And look at the violent motion of that tornado. It's really, really a scary shot, especially at night, but any day, any month of the year. But I'm telling you, at night, these things are so scary. But Val's camera It's a night camera, obviously, a night shot there. And how about that? That is incredible. And that was a half-mile wide wedge tornado on the ground going into Harper County. And it died or lifted just before getting to Laverne. That is a big tornado. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let's go back to velocity data here and take a look at what's going on. Reflectivity first. There we go, there we go. What do we have going on? What shear rate looked like? By the way, did we take a look at that earlier? I know we did. It didn't ever, you know.
It didn't.
It didn't ever ball
There
out.
was one point when it did kind of, as it was moving into Beaver County, but
Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
yeah, from day to day.
Such a large, yeah. Every event's different when you're looking at radar and you're looking at tornadoes in the atmosphere and the different tilts in the atmosphere. And normally those tornadoes like this will be a complete ball with a donut hole in it looking back at you. It didn't do that. It looked big and bad on radar. It looked big and bad on shear rate. But, yeah, that was crazy. Okay, so we have Marty now going northbound. Okay, let's go to Marty Logan. And let's go to Marty. He's looking back at the northwest. And Marty, what do you see back there to your northwest? The circulation has weakened. It has weakened, thankfully, as it heads towards Buffalo, Marty. It's going to Buffalo. Go ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Lord, for letting it go down in intensity. Right now, I'm looking at the base. I don't see anything on the ground, but man, the way this thing was grinding, I wouldn't doubt that it didn't try to do something again. So we're going to head north, Highway 46, intercept with Highway East-West 64, and that'll put it west of Buffalo if it doesn't start cranking right. So the folks north of Buffalo, up to the Buffalo feed yard, up to the Oklahoma-Kansas line, all up through there, you need to take your tornado precautions. Be ready for this. So there's no tornado on the ground that we can see right now. And I'm looking at it. Tom's been looking at it. Val, just a ragged wall cloud right now. Back to you, David.
Okay. Hey, Marty Logan, I know you know everybody and their grandmother up there in Harper County and Ellis County and Beaver County and Lipscomb County. Have you heard of any reports of anything like being major league hit? Because if it didn't hit anything, it truly is a miracle because it was a half-mile wide, Marty. We know we've got power lines down. We've lost some infrastructure. But have you heard anything about losing homes or businesses or anything up there? We know it went through pasture land with cattle, and we know it went through all that, but have we heard of anything yet? Go ahead.
Not yet, but I've got some phone numbers that I can get a hold of people and see if we've got any damage. The firefighters at Slap Out are probably out. Catesby has a fire department, Laverne. The only thing about Laverne is that their power is out, so they should have an emergency generator going at the fire station on the south side of Laverne. And I'll be able to go back and check with them. Hey, let me tell you, we're seeing a few tags, 3 tags hanging down from that wall cloud northwest of my location. That would put it probably northeast of Laverne. There are some lowered areas right now. As we've been talking, there's some tags hanging down underneath that wall cloud as it continues north towards Highway 64, David.
Okay. All right, Marty. And you said you had 3 tags there. Let's go to Valshot. Just saw some lightning in Valshot. And Val is now east of Laverne. Valcaster, you're looking off to your north there. What do you think as you look off to your north?
Okay, David. It's the wall cloud. It's a big wall cloud. We're seeing that, and everybody's shot here. But if you look at our shot when we get across this hill, right in the middle, it appears to be getting lower again. Let's wait till it lightnings, and you'll be able to see it. But it appears to be getting lower again in the middle. Might have just seen it right then. We're going to get up on the flat here in just a minute. This camera does a really good job in low light conditions here. And so what we're seeing there, okay, right there you go.
It looks like no, it's not on the ground. I don't see it there.
It's not on the ground, David.
Yeah, I agree with you. I see tags hanging. What do you think? I didn't see it in your lightning there. I didn't see it, but it's definitely hanging down. It still has a strong, deep mesocyclone with it. It is still spinning like a top. So what do you think? I don't see it on the ground though, but tell me.
You know what? The only thing I can say right now is these things go through cycles, and this thing lifted, and I have a feeling it's going to try to cycle up again. There's a good shot right there, the whole wall cloud.
Wow.
We did have a lowered area right in the middle, and like right there on the lightning. So It's trying to lower again in the middle, but that's about all we can say at the moment. I don't see it on the ground. When we do, I'll start yelling at you.
Okay, I appreciate that. I like being yelled at by Valcaster. Okay, all right, great job, Val. Phenomenal job this evening, you and Amy, going above and beyond like you always do. Great job. Val, circulation is going to be, what, 2 miles to your northwest? It looks like maybe 2 miles. Okay, look right here, folks. Here's Marty and Val. Here's Tom. Let's go to velocity data. Just real quick, Lace, I'm going to show something here. Yeah, there it is. Okay, there's where the tornado is going to be. Dolby Springs Golf Course. That's right here. This is going to be coming in from the south. Let's see if it's going to miss that. It might go just east of the Dolby Springs Golf Course. Buffalo, it looks like it's going to west of town, and it's going to try to head towards the airport. You folks in Buffalo, though, I tell you what, if I'm there, I'm thinking about my safe spot. Why take a chance, right? There's always a chance these things make a right turn. It happens, right? They can make a right turn. It could come down Highway 64. But right now it looks like it's going to go probably just west of Buffalo. Just west of Buffalo, but not by much. Not by much. Let's go to Tom Pastrano and get an update from Tom. And to Tom, circulation now west of you, almost due west of you right now. Give me an update on what you see as you look off to your west.
Yeah, David, it's right out my window, and it still has that look. It's still getting inflow into it, and it's still a large wall cloud. I don't see it on the ground yet, but I would not let my guard down. This definitely looks like it's cycling, and it could do it at any time, just from my vantage point looking into it. So we're going to get ahead of it and then kind of wait for it to come at us and kind of hopscotch it. Back to you, David.
Okay. All right. Great job there, Tom. So, again, looking back at a lowering, but right now he does not see the tornado on the ground, which is great because it has produced a large and violent tornado, no doubt about it. Okay, so here we go. That's the circulation. It's coming up on Highway 64. Buffalo, this is going to be how many miles? One, kind of hard to count up here.
Here, I'll draw it for you.
What do you think? Buffalo, so 9 miles, west-southwest of Buffalo, 8.9 to be exact. You folks in Buffalo, if you live west and northwest of Buffalo, you need to be going to your safe spot. Also, if you live in and around the Dolby Springs Golf Course, which is north of Highway 64, if you live in between the golf course and Buffalo, you have got to go to your safe spot. This has produced a large and violent tornado, but it has weakened, at least the circulation has for now. Okay, the wind speeds have come down. Let's go to Marty Logan's video. Let me show you what this looked like. And again, you can clearly see just the incredible size of this tornado. And remember, Marty is about 2 miles away. Okay, it's not right in front of him. He's on the only road out there at this point. This is off paved road, that is. And that is a large, half-mile wide tornado with a debris ball. I tell you what, if that were going through any city or any town, it would change that town forever. That is a violent tornado. It's a half-mile wide, and that's what it looked like at 842 near Casey. Look at the width, folks. It's a stovepipe. It's straight up and down. That's never a good sign, and that's a violent tornado that came into Oklahoma out of Lipscomb County, came into southeastern Beaver County, northwestern Ellis County, and then look at that, southwestern Harper County, and it lifted right before getting to Laverne. Crazy? Yes. Nighttime tornadoes. Crazy. Go ahead, Justin.
And Marty had a little damage report too.
Okay. Let's go back to Marty Logan. Marty Logan, go ahead. We have your video playing right now of the tornado. Now we have you live again. Go ahead, and Marty and Deb Logan, give me an update. Marty, go ahead.
Okay, just had a call from a firefighter in Shattuck. He has a report that 2 homes were destroyed south of Slapout. I don't know if it's southeast or southwest. So we have a report. And that's going to work out about where Val, I think, was at with maybe with power lines down south of Slapout. He may have had some damage east of Slapout. So anyway, 2 homes destroyed south of Slapout. Back to you, David.
Okay. All right. Great job there, Marty. Great information as always. 2 homes destroyed now, 2 miles southeast of Slapout. So, and again, we don't know if anybody was injured. We don't know if they were in their safe spot. We don't know anything. That's all we know so far. But the size of this tornado being a half-mile wide, about every half mile to a mile, there's a house up there, right? Or there's a ranch, or, I mean, you know what I mean? I know it's in rural northwestern Oklahoma, but a lot of people still live, a lot of ranchers and farmers still blanket Harper County. Okay, let's go. Stay with this for a second here, and let's go to velocity data. Let's see what it's doing here. And wow, it's right here. It's tucked in. It's tucked back in here. It's just west of. There it is. It's right there. It's crossing Highway 64 right now. It's now crossing Highway 64 west of Marty, literally a mile, and it's about 2 miles west of Tom. Okay, let's go back to Marty one more time. And what is? Oh, I tell you what. Let's go to Val. Let's go back to Val's shot. My bad. Let's go back to Val's shot. He's looking off to the northeast there. My bad, control room. Let's go to Val Castor and get an update on him. Go ahead.
David, we've got a low hanging wall cloud, a very sharp lowering to our south-southwest. We got the roof cam back there looking at it right now to our south-southwest. Now, I also got to tell you that we're up at our east road now, but just about 30 seconds ago, we had a really, really strong gust of wind. I think it was from the northeast. So that indicates the rotation is behind us here. So anyway, we're up now. We're up to Highway 64. We're going east. Marty's right in front of us here. So, I'm thinking hopefully we can get this to Miss Buffalo to the west. But, nothing is set in stone at this point. I mean, anybody that lives around Buffalo, this is serious business. I know you know that. You told them already. But it doesn't hurt to tell it again, especially west of Buffalo. This thing comes down again, it's going to be another large tornado just like it was before. There's no reason to think it's not. So anyway, David, that's all I got.
Yeah, great job. Great job. Great job as always, Val. And again, you and Amy have done a phenomenal job tonight along with Tom Pastrano. Can't say enough about these storm trackers. They're the best in the business by far, right? Hands down. Right here at News 9, you folks at home are lucky to see these guys, and the time we live in to see these guys track these storms and gals, husband and wife teams going out and doing what they do because they're the best, right? They get out, they hunt these things down, and it's dangerous. This is so dangerous to do what they're doing, and I did it a long time, and let me tell you, it's a white knuckle ride, all right? And they're trying to do TV, they're trying to maneuver, navigate, and trying to warn people. They're not out here on a chasecation, right? They're not chasing for a vacation time. They're trying to save lives, and I can't say enough. All right, let's go to Marty Logan. He's got more information. Let's go back and get an update from Marty. Go ahead, Marty Logan.
Yeah, an area that needs to take their tornado precaution, Dobie Springs. It's a golf course. Everybody knows where it's at. Dobie Springs in that area need to take your tornado precautions. Also north of Buffalo, I would say from the airport north of Buffalo, running up north into the rolling red hills, and then just south of the Oklahoma-Kansas line is the Buffalo feed yard. And also there's a blacktop that runs east and west. We know it as the Ditch Valley Road. Folks up there on the Ditch Valley Road, that's about 2 to 3 miles south of the Oklahoma-Kansas line from highway going north out of Buffalo and running back to the west. All of that area in there, you need to take your tornado precautions. The little straight north of Laverne, you may be out of it, but
Hey, Marty, let me jump back in there. Val says he has the tornado. Let's go back to Val. Let's go back to Val Castor. Go ahead. Val Castor, tornado on the ground.
Yeah, we got two things here. We got a funnel halfway to the ground. That might have pulled up, but we got a large bowl-shaped lowering that's just formed just to our northwest. I mean, no more than probably 3/4 of a mile straight northwest of us. I think we drove right under the circulation just a little bit ago.
Yeah, you did.
When we got blasted with northeast winds. But that's it. David, the funnel, wait for it to lightning again, but the funnel was halfway to the ground, and it was on the right side of the wall cloud, but I think pulled back up. But the wall cloud is big, and it's rotating. Right there, you see it, the shot.
There it is. Right side of the wall cloud.
Yeah, that lightning strike, I thought I could see debris underneath it whenever.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
There very well might be debris underneath it. I mean.
All right, yeah. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There it is.
There's
debris on the ground, David. There's debris on the ground.
Yeah, there it is. It's right here. Hang on. He's moving his camera around. Tornado, it looks like it's back on the ground. Okay, the tornado is back on the ground now. Okay, this is good. Right now, it's headed toward the Buffalo. The Buffalo, there it is. It looks like it's back on the ground to me. It's going to be now.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Val. You see it. Go ahead.
Yeah. There's debris. We see debris on the ground beneath it. So, yeah, it's on the ground again.
So, Val, that's going to go on it's going to miss Buffalo, But if you live north of Buffalo, it's going to cross 183 pretty close to the Buffalo Municipal Airport, which is just north of town, 3 miles north of Buffalo. Little tiny airport there, but it's an airport. If you know where it is, the tornado is on the ground now and is to that southwest of that location. Okay, let's go back to reflectivity. Let's go to links 3. And, wow, look at that. Look at the tornado now. So Marty's there, Tom's there. It's coming up to the Buffalo Municipal Airport. And it's 4 miles north of town. Tornado continues on the ground. And I'm looking at Val's shot. I don't see it. I don't see it in the lightning flashes. They're coming off and on. And look at the hook, folks. Look at the hook now beginning to reform. It's beginning to tighten up, which is what we don't want to see. You folks in Buffalo, just for fun, I would be in my safe spot, but I think you're going to be okay. I do. It's going to be to your northwest, okay? But again, Buffalo, you need just keep an eye on it here, just with us. Stay with us, Buffalo. Stay with us. Okay, there it is. Okay, you can see the lightning flashes up here in Val's shot. Okay, there's the tornado. It's right here. It looks like we just had it back on the ground.
Look at shear rate.
Yep, shear rate's ramped back up. Okay, all right, here it is. We've got our trackers right here looking right at it.
Pull it back over there.
Tornado's going to be about 3 miles, 3 miles west-northwest of downtown Buffalo, 3 miles west-northwest of downtown Buffalo. Let's go to velocity data here and maybe look at storm relative just to see what it's. Okay, there it is. There's the tornado. And I tell you what, Lacey, we'll lapse that and then we'll do a storm track.
It's good.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to figure out too, is exact direction.
It's going to it's trying to go west of the, it's trying to do another turn. This thing has gone like this, made a left turn, right turn, left turn, and it's low pressure, right? It's like people talk about hurricanes, they wobble. Eye of a hurricane wobbles. Same as a mesocyclone, right? It's a big, tall spinning column of air, and there's so many forces on this in the atmosphere that this thing is it really will. It'll cycle through, and it'll actually make somewhat of a wobble in the atmosphere, and you'll get a tornado that will do that same wobble. It'll turn to the left, and then it tries to make its way back to the right. A lot of dynamics going on with this right now. So the tornado is going to be right here, northwest of Buffalo, about 3 miles, not very far. It's going to try to go on or just west of the Buffalo Municipal Airport. Okay, let's go to, I tell you what, let's take a look at links 4. Do we have a storm track, Cassie?
Yes.
Oh, did you get one?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
yes.
there it is. I don't know why I said your name like that. I apologize.
Cassie.
I know. I just went all Oklahoma on you. Coming into calf feeders at 9:53. That's right up in here. All right. Little area up here. And then protection, that's into Kansas. So there are no major cities up here or any small towns, really. But it is still a strong area of rotation for sure. Okay, so Val now is in Buffalo along with Tom and Marty. Okay, now I tell you what, let's talk about the area back down here. What do we have going on with the next tornado warning? Okay, we've lost that. It's weakened. Yeah, this is pretty scary. Hey, Justin, Vaughn, have anything? I know it's a severe storm, and folks, here's the bad thing. It's going to go right over the same areas that just had this tornadic supercell. Okay, but it's no longer. Wow, look at this back here. Okay, that's trying to come up. Okay, go back to reflect. Yeah, that's got a little bit of a spin to it for sure.
And a lot of hail, it looks
there's
like.
That big hail. You folks in Laverne, you're going to get one heck of a hailstorm here. This is going to be wow. What are you out of right there? Is that?
This is
Phoenix?
Amarillo when I'm in the Texas Panhandle.
Yeah.
When I go back into Oklahoma, I'll switch it to Vance.
Okay, go back to this. Just I'm trying to see. I know we're at different tilts. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a little bit better, but there's going to be some quarters and golf balls in here for sure. And it's going to go pretty much on top of Laverne. So Laverne, this will be your second storm. The good thing about this one, it does have a mesocyclone in it down here near Catesby. There's an area of spin right here that Vaughn is looking at, but it is not on the ground, okay? It's not on the ground. And then we've got another area of spin back in here. So we have 3 storms we're watching. And, yeah, and this is the one, though, that has produced a large and violent tornado. It's really, look at the hook now, guys. It's definitely still there. Definitely still there. Justin, did we get all that worked out? What do you think?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
Vaughn's coming back from the south side. Marty has to get gas in Buffalo because Laverne was out without power.
Okay, I tell you what. So Vaughn's going to take the slap out?
Yeah.
He'll take the damage?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, awesome. We need to find that if we get that from Marty. I know we'll get that all figured out. But okay, great job. Great job, Justin, on that. We'll get that going. Okay, so this is northwestern Oklahoma. This is it, folks. This is the only game in town right now. We've got 1, 2, 3 supercells. And again, the first tornado of the day was about 4:30 during our 4:30 newscast in Beaver County. That storm's long gone. And then the big show began after that. What you got?
I've been looking up calf feeders to kind of give folks a little bit more information. People in the area, I'm sure, know it. That is a huge feedlot, David. I'm sure Marty would have every detail about it.
Right.
Hopefully no one's working there at the moment, but we are talking hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of head of cattle there at calf feeders.
Yeah, right. I think he's talked about that before. Okay.
But that's kind of the general area. That's the direction this is heading for folks in that area.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's just north of Buffalo up here. Look at the hook now. Circulation getting tighter. Okay, here's what we know now. It's produced a half-mile wide, violent tornado, EF4, I don't know, maybe an EF5, I don't know. It doesn't matter, but it was large and violent. We were bringing it to you live. It missed, basically, it weakened before it moved into Laverne. You folks in Laverne, you might want to say just one extra prayer tonight because it was going into Laverne. It went right over Laverne, I promise you. But it had lifted. And then it set back down northeast of Laverne, up here northeast of Roston. And the last check from Val, we had a small debris cloud. It was on the ground. And now it's north of Buffalo, right?
Dodge City, there is a TVS on it now.
Okay, so yeah, it's probably still on the ground. Let's go to Val Castor. He's looking right at it. It's right here. Let's go to Val and get an update. And Val, what do you think? Is it on the ground? There's some lightning there. What do you think when you look back in that lightning? Go ahead, Val.
David, I can't confirm that it's on the ground, but I'll tell you that my shot, right there in the middle of my shot, is where it is. I'm going to say 3 miles straight northwest of Buffalo, and it is trying to get rain wrapped. You see some rain wrapping around it right there, but that's the rotation. And again, David, I mean, we're watching it. We're keeping a good eye on it. Every time it lightnings, we're watching. I don't see the debris cloud anymore, but once again, just to let you know, there's rain trying to wrap around it at this point. But in the center of our shot, that's where it is, and that's where it's rotating, David.
Okay, all right, great job, Val. Let's just see what it does. Wow, you can see the lowering there. No doubt about it. You can see the lowering when we get these lightning flashes. Okay, so tornado warning continues now for northern Harper County. Okay, let's go back to reflectivity. There's shear rate right now, and there's Buffalo. And this is going to be, you folks at the airport here, or living around the airport, it's west of the airport currently. It's due west of the airport, just a couple, 4 miles. It's missed Buffalo. That's good. And again, it's to the northeast, to the northwest of Buffalo. Let's go to Tom. I want to get an update from Tom and check in with him. Tom Pastrano, it's out your window there, circulation to your west. Go ahead, give me an update.
Yeah, that's right, David. Right now, it looks pretty ominous, but I don't see anything on the ground at the moment, but don't let your guard down because it's been doing this all night, up and down. Back to you, David.
All right, Tom, thank you so much for that update. That's kind of what we're seeing on radar, too, is it's just goes up, goes down, velocities come up, they come back down, and I'll say right now there's still more on an upward tick as this thing continues to lift to the north and west. So as David's been saying, anyone living north of Buffalo, due north of Buffalo, up and along Highway 183, you need to take your tornado precautions immediately. This thing is moving at about 25 miles per hour, but it has a tendency to slow down and speed up. So that will change, and then eventually this thing's going to be heading up into Kansas, and we're still watching the next one a little bit further down the line. And the hail core with this, Laverne, you are about to get a big hailstorm moving in on the west side of town. So you had that mesocyclone move right over and that wall cloud move right over, and now the hail is just on the west side of town. David, take a look at the hail core now, continuing to come up here for folks in Laverne.
Yeah, it's going to go right through Laverne. This is what we were saying, and this storm has a mesocyclone in it. It's got a big updraft in it. It is spinning like a top, but not strong enough to get a tornado. You can see the hook, what's left of it down here, and coming in just south of Laverne. So you folks, wow.
Last scan, it has increased.
Okay, that's come up. That's that mesocyclone I was talking about. Okay, show that again. Okay, and go back to base.
That's base.
Wow, that's just east of Slapout, about 7 miles, and golly, it's going to go right. It's going to go right over Laverne, or just south of Laverne. Oh my gosh. Okay, so here's the deal. If this gets any stronger, we might have to drop a News 9 tornado warning on this. The tornado warning continues for the northern Harper County storm, the Hook. Look at the Hook. What's that? And we have the Hook here. This is going to cross 183 north of the airport, north of Buffalo. It missed Buffalo. You folks in Buffalo, you can see the Hook. You're seeing what I'm seeing. Big hook, big hook, big hook.
Yeah.
And it's lifting northeast now. So the circulation has missed the airport.
Okay, there is a new tornado warning now for that second storm,
Okay.
and it does include Laverne.
Okay.
And remember, there's no power in Laverne, so you're not going to hear tornado sirens.
Okay, folks, you folks in Laverne, we're going to do this again. We've got Vaughn right there. What does Vaughn see? What does Vaughn see coming in from the south? Let's go to Vaughn Castor. Vaughn is down here. He's coming in from the south. Vaughn, circulation to your north. And go ahead, Vaughn. New tornado warning for that storm. And it's got a hook on it just to your north. Go ahead.
Right, David. I'm still a little ways from it, so I'm not going to be able to give you a great report. But as we were traveling to east on the highway over to the 283, we could see it looked like to be a lowering. This has been about 5 minutes ago, so it has now developed into a tornado warning. So that's the way we're headed. Back to you.
Okay. All right. Great job there, Vaughn. And that's Vaughn Castor now. Just going to be coming up south of Laverne. Tornado warning now for you folks in Laverne. Let me show you why. This will be the second tornado storm, possibly producing storm that's going to go right over Laverne. Hail coming into Laverne right now. This is going to be nickel and dime, quarter, maybe even some golf ball size hail. Okay. And now let's go to velocity data. It's kind of messy back here. And look at that. Okay, it's now crossing. It's now crossing the highway. Okay, there's Slapout. It's going to be about 10 miles east of Slapout, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 miles southwest of Laverne, give or take. And this is going to be heading off to the northeast. Maybe a little more easterly.
Yeah, a little more easterly than the last one.
Okay, all right. Okay, so Laverne, you might dodge another one tonight, right? But if you live in Laverne or south of Laverne, new tornado warning for you. Down 183. We have the big gas, oil plant that's down here. If you've ever been up on 283, it's south of town, about 2 miles. And for those that live in Laverne, the tornado that came through there, May 15th of 1991, went just north of the gas plant and just on the southern sides of Laverne, right? That was May 15th, 1991. That was an EF3 tornado that passed right through here. And there's that gas plant there. But this is going to be just south of that. That's going to be just south of that, right? And by the way, the tornado that was headed towards Laverne earlier was much stronger than the May 15th, 1991 tornado that passed just south of Laverne, I promise you.
And it looks like it'll go north of May, but it may be closer to May.
Yeah, right. When it gets a little farther east, it sure is going to be close. Here's the river in here. Okay, so there's May. This is 412, right, that goes out to Slapout. This is Northwest Highway that goes into northwestern Oklahoma, goes out in the Panhandle. So tornado warning now for southwestern. This is going to be for southwestern Harper County. Now let's jump back to the north. Tornado warning now. It looks like it's going to go on or just south of Laverne.
David, look at the third storm really quick back behind it, too.
Okay.
Also getting an inflow notch.
Yep, new hook. Wow, southwest of Slapout, new hook, southwest of Slapout. And folks, that's going to Laverne.
David, I went ahead and I did a track on that new tornado warning just south of Laverne. I included May just to be safe.
Yeah, great job, Cassie. Yep. Okay, so there's May down to the south. We've got May at 10:08. Let's see, Selman at 10:48. And Table Rest Area at 10:52, Cargill 11:18, and Freedom at 11:34. Still a long ways away from Freedom. That's clear over here into Woods County, but nonetheless, we need to keep an eye down the road, right? We're just kind of giving you a heads up down the road. You need to be looking back to your west. So this storm Pretty amazing to watch these storms. This one's trying to get the heck out of here. It's going right up 183. The tornado is going to be just west of 183 now. It's going to be west of 183. That's the tornado right here. All right, as it lifts off to the north, it's going to head to the north there. And wow. Okay, so that's going to go into Kansas here shortly. Let's go ahead and zoom on in. How close is it to the, oh, wow, it's going right over the calf feeders lot, right? So you know people live close by. I mean, I have to.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Just
it's
south
south
of
of
there.
town.
Just
Yep.
south of there.
Okay, so there's the calf feeders, cow lot, feeder lot, if you call it. And this is going to be on or just south of the feeder lot there, calf feeders. Okay, 4 miles, 3 miles, crossing 183. Let's go to Val Castor. It's right out his front window. He's out his bumper. And Val, looking off to the north, it's crossing 183 right now. What do you think? Give me an update. It's crossing 183. Go ahead. Do we have Val?
Oh, yeah, David. So what we're looking at, the circulation is to our northwest, almost across the road, up ahead of us. We keep watching. I mean, we got it in our shot right there. We keep watching, and every now and then we see a lowering hanging down. But if there's something, it's hidden by the rain because the rain tries to wrap around. So it's partially rain wrapped, but it's going to be crossing the highway to our north a couple miles, I believe. One thing to keep in mind, there's a large feedlot 2 miles north or 2 miles south of the Kansas border. That's going to be in the area, up in that area somewhere up there. So I know there's people working there. But anyway, that's what it is. We don't see anything on the ground. That doesn't mean there's not something on the ground. That just means that if it is, it's hidden from us by the rain. But that's where the circulation is. And it will be crossing the highway shortly, moving to the northeast, David.
All right, great job there, Val. And Val and Amy, Tom Pastrano, Mark, and again, everybody out there tonight. Marty and Deb doing a great job. Marty Logan and Deb doing a great job tonight. And then Vaughn Castor back here down in northern Ellis County with the next area of circulation. So we have 2 areas of spin now. And wow, what an incredible atmosphere. It takes a lot, folks, to not just get 1 supercell to go through an area, but you start getting 2 to 3 supercells. The jet stream is so strong tonight. The low-level jet, that's what it's about, I swear, 90% of the time. The low-level jet is backed, or the southeast winds at the lower levels are really cranked up. And that is just a river of energy and moisture that causes tornadogenesis. Okay, so here's the tornado. Man, it is right on, or just
south of Laverne.
Yeah, you folks in Laverne, I mean, I'm telling you, it's a mile south of town. It's a mile south of town. New tornado warning for you. So you folks in Laverne, Marty's coming in from the east. And this is going to be a possible tornado again, just south of Laverne. Can't say it enough. It's moving east-northeast now. Let's lapse this. Just get our bearings straight here. Is it moving east-northeast? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's trying to kind of pull into Laverne.
Almost
And
north.
Marty got a report that sirens are going in Laverne.
Well,
so
Okay, good.
Battery backed up.
So they
or
must
whatever.
have some kind of power source for the
Excellent.
sirens.
Great.
Yes, good news.
That's great. Okay, great job for Laverne. And once again, here's Laverne. Tornado warning for you. You need to be in your safe spot if you're not already from the first tornado that went over you 45 minutes ago. At least the area of circulation that was a violent tornado at one point.
And
Okay,
just
so.
measuring the speed on that, the second circulation, that area is hauling. That's moving at about 30 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah, it is moving a lot faster,
Yeah.
isn't it? But, yeah, it's.
Look
at
how
that.
it just lifted to the north on the last scan
Yeah.
again.
Folks, in Laverne, it's over the south sides of town right now, or it's a half mile south of town. Circulation is a half mile south of town. What's your rate look like? Okay, there it is. It's there. Okay, what about Max Rod? Anything on that?
Let me see. Not at the moment.
Okay, so big hail, quarter golf ball size hail in Laverne. And then what's scary is that the circulation is in this rain. It's not hanging out. The tornado is going to be in this rain, crossing 283 now, about that far south of Laverne. You folks in Laverne, you got to be in your safe spot. If you live east of Laverne, northeast of Laverne, you need to go to your safe spot. We're doing this whole thing over again. This is what we did 45 minutes ago with the big tornado from earlier. Okay, listen up. Listen up, Laverne. I know you're in your safe spot right now. If you're not, I don't know what you've been doing, but you have to get there. Okay, this is going to be just south of Laverne. If it's going to miss you, it seriously is by a mile. It's not by much, okay? Golly, it looks like it just went nearly. It's right over them. And notice how the hook isn't hanging out. It's because it's wrapped in rain, right? It's wrapped in rain right now. You're not going to be able to see this, okay? If it hits you, you're just going to feel it. You're not going to see it. It's wrapped in rain, so safe spot now. Laverne, east of Laverne, if you live down 149, and we'll do this again. You folks in Buffalo need to be looking to your southwest, okay? You folks in Buffalo, tornado warning for you. Okay, tornado right here. Going to be south of Laverne now, barely on the southeast side of Laverne. It's right here. Let's go ahead and zoom on in, and let's show you some of the streets here earlier. Golly, this thing. Look at this. Okay, it's getting stronger. Okay, here's Laverne. Okay, strong rotation now, and it's going to be a mile and a half south of Laverne. Okay, so let's go to Marty Logan. And Marty, circulation off to your west and your southwest. Marty Logan, go ahead. Give me an update.
Yeah, we're going to come back up here, what we call McVicker Corner, and hit Highway 46, cut back east, just south of Buffalo. We're looking off to the west, and we can see a little bit of a lowering underneath the base. No tornado, no funnel right now that we're seeing. But just as soon as we turn here in about a half mile, we'll be able to put eyes on it. I've got to stop and tell two troopers what we've got going on. I've already talked to a deputy sheriff in Buffalo. We had to reroute a truck driver, and I told him don't sound the all clear in Buffalo. We had another one moving up. So a lot of stuff going on. We're going to get back on this storm, David.
All right, great job there, Marty. Let's keep looking at it. And wow, great job, Marty, with that. Again, Marty and Deb now are going to be east and looking back at that circulation. We don't see it on the ground right now, but it is spinning. Okay, it is turning. Okay, let's go back to radar here, links 3, and then we'll do a storm track. And okay, so here's that next area of circulation. It is just south of town by about a mile. It's a mile southeast of Laverne. You folks in Laverne are almost okay, but you've got another area back to the west we need to watch with another storm. Okay, so let's do a storm track. It's going to Buffalo right now.
Yeah, it looks like it's about to cross the Beaver River right now.
Okay, that's the Beaver River right here. Now it's on the east side of Laverne. It's crossing 149 and the Beaver River in Laverne, all right? The Loves, I think, is at the corner of 149 and 283. I could be off on that by block, but it's been a while. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So here's Laverne. Laverne at, right now. And yeah, it's east of Laverne. It's east of Laverne now, okay? Sirens are blowing in Laverne. Buffalo, you're next at 1024. 1024, it is going to Buffalo. It's going to Buffalo. Okay, so Salmon at 1036, and then Plainview at 1104. That's way up here to the northeast. We got to worry about Buffalo. That's what we're worried about right now. 1024, tornado warning. Worried about Buffalo, Laverne going to the northeast, okay? And then we've got another storm back here that has rotation in it that is a severe storm. We can put reflectivity on it. Take a look at that. Now, this is another big storm down in here. It's not as big as this one, and it's certainly not as big as the one that's now up into Kansas. So, folks, here's the good thing about this. This tornado warning continues. These are now lifting into Kansas. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and let Kansas take over that deal. This is their viewing area. Okay, once you get up towards protection and across that state line. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 storms. Let's take a look at some of the video here. If you're just now joining us right before our 10 o'clock newscast, let me show what the tornado looked like here earlier. This is what we were jumping up and down about. And this is from earlier today. This is from Beaver County. This is the Beaver County tornado that Vaughn and Marty Logan had at 4:30 today. This is how this day's gone, right? By the way, here in Oklahoma, we've had a tornado every day this week since Monday, right? And today's Thursday, right? This has been a big week. Okay, let's go to the video from this evening. That was from earlier today. Look at that tornado. Look at the size of the tornado. And I want to point out all the ugly and mean things going on around this. First of all, the wall cloud is nearly on the ground. But look at the motion. See how it's rippling on the front side? When I see something like that, that's when I start to panic, because that is a simple, easy sign that it is a violent tornado. there's no debris falling out of this. Why? Because all the debris is being pulled into the tornado and lifted, and it's not falling back down to the ground yet because the velocities are so strong. It's not like spilling out. No. It's being pulled in to the tornado. Look, nothing's falling around it. You don't see a debris shroud anywhere. You don't see any debris. All you see is a clean tornado because everything's going up. That's how strong the velocities were in this tornado, right? And then as it starts to slow down or weaken some, well, then it will start to lose that and we'll start to see that debris falling. But we didn't have that. That shot was from Marty Logan, looking right at it. Look at the left side, the right side of that wedge tornado. EF3, EF4, maybe an EF5. We'll find out when the National Weather Service goes out and surveys. But remember, if an EF5 doesn't hit anything, officially it won't get rated an EF5. Even the winds might have been at 300 miles per hour. All right? So that's the only issue that we have with the EF scale, okay? It's not perfect. Okay, so there's the tornado. That was at 8:42 near Catesby. That was going to Laverne. That was going to Laverne, and it lifted, and it weakened as it came into Laverne. Okay. Wow, that's what was going on, and that's what's been going on the last hour and a half. Oh, brother. Okay, so that storm now is gone into Kansas. The hook, the tornado now has gone into Kansas, so it's out of our viewing area, okay? It's north of the Kansas state line. All right, so now we have the next area of spin east of Laverne, and we've got the other area that is spinning now that is near Slap Out again. Okay, there's the rotation right there. Clearly see it. You're going to be just 4 miles, 4 miles east-northeast of Laverne. It's crossing now 149. Marty Logan is right here, and he's headed to the west. And let's go to Marty Logan and get an update on that. Tornado warning now continues 4 miles east of Laverne. It's going to try to go to Buffalo. Okay, let's go to Marty, get an update. Marty, it's 4 miles now east of Laverne, crossing 149. Give me an update.
Okay, we are headed westbound towards Laverne. Justin just told me where the location is. By the way, I talked to 2 troopers, told them what we had coming at us. And so I've got one following me over here to see what we've got. Right now, all I have is a base. We're moving in on it, and I'm probably still about 7, 8, 9 miles from where I need to be as I move westbound on 46. I'm hitting the correction line, so I'm going a mile north, and I'll go back west with this. And right now, I'm going to roll down the window and see. I'm not seeing anything. Well, I tell you what, straight north, right over Buffalo is a lowered base. Straight north of me. Let's see. That's all I can see right now is this base to straight north of me, which would be west of Buffalo, is what I'm seeing. And everything else is a smooth base running from there back around to the west of me, David. Back to you.
Okay. All right. Great job, Marty. And great information there. Marty's been all over this thing. And, again, can't say enough good things about Marty and Deb Logan. I tell you what, they've been going a lot all week long, like all of our trackers. I mean, our trackers are getting home at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, getting up. We talk in the morning, and they are back out in the field. And this has been a week that has been nonstop. And you know what? Not one of them has complained, not one anything. And remember, they have other jobs, right? But when this stuff begins to happen, they go out and do what they do to keep Oklahomans safe, and to give them the best information. And I couldn't be more proud of our storm trackers here at News 9. No doubt about it. Okay, so here we go. The next tornadic supercell is going to be east of Laverne. Here's the hook. Here's Marty coming in from the east. Marty and Deb now coming in from the east down Highway 149. The hook's right in here. Okay, there goes the first storm. Here comes the second one. And once again, a quarter golf ball size hail. There's the hook with that. So that has a hook on it. Tornado warning continues for that storm. Okay, and then we have the other storm now back here south of Slap Out. It's right here. Let's take a look at that and see what it's doing. And it does have a hook on it, but it is just severe. It's a supercell. It's rotating, but it is severe. It is severe. What's that? Oh, okay. So we've had 3 supercells go across basically within about 15 miles or, let's see. Yeah, we can do a 20-mile width path we've had 3 supercells that have been rotating to beat the band over the same area. 2 of them really have been. And we had that one producing that large and violent tornado. Okay, so tornado warning now continues. This is going to be east of Laverne. It has weakened some. As it's moving northeast. It's still trying to go to Buffalo. You folks in Buffalo need to watch this. Val Castor's right here. Let's get an update from Val. I can see a rain-free base in his shot as he looks off to the southwest. Val Castor, area of circulation now to your southwest. What do you think? What do you see? What do you know?
Well, David, that's exactly where we're looking here. Pretty much due southwest of us. We're seeing, like, right in that shot right there. I don't know if you saw it, but there's a lowering right there. It's not dragging the ground or anything like that, but there's definitely a pronounced lowering, and the base is a little bit higher, I would say, than the other storm was. A little bit higher of a base, but that lowering right there is a real, legitimate, lowered updraft base. I think that's where the circulation is going to be. We're coming up to a hill right now. I'm going to slow down and watch this thing a little bit when it lightens. What we're trying to do, David, is drive up closer to it so we can, basically verify if it's moving, got some rotation with it and all that. But that's where it is. It's almost due southwest of us. Back to you.
No, I know. It's all good. Okay, great job there, Val. And great job. Val's coming in from the north on that, okay? So this is going to be, again, that tornado warning east of Laverne. East of Laverne now. We still have the tornado warning, and it's going to be right here. Let me show you. Okay, there's Laverne. There's Marty. Marty is right there. And here's Val coming in from the north. Tom and Rob are now leaving that storm that's moved into Kansas. They're going to come back down and get in on the action. Tom now coming back into Laverne. Let me show you how the whole day, again, it began at 4:30. We had a tornado during our 4:30 newscast right in Beaver County. Look at the storm. Look at the wedge tornado. This is the first one. That was in the Texas Panhandle from Tom Pastrano near Lipscomb, Texas at 7:20. We had problems. This is why we knew we had serious. Look at, you can't even see the width of this thing. It's so large. So it began with a wedge tornado in the Texas Panhandle, right? Came into Lipscomb County. And look at the size of it. Look at the right side. Look at the motion. Look at the left side. That is a bad, bad, bad tornado. That's a half-mile wide, every bit of a half-mile wide, if not larger. And it was coming right at Tom. He kind of had to back out. It kind of went a little close, got a little. And then we had, again, gust-nados today. Those are not scary, really, but they're still kind of interesting to look at. But that was out near Pampa, Texas. So this storm was doing all kinds of crazy things, right? And then, check that out. That's not a tornado. Nope. That's a gust-nado, right? Little different deal. Tornadoes form from the top down. Gust-nados form from the ground up. Little different deal. But nonetheless, that is an area of spin, and that's what was going on there from Alan Brosey today that was out in the field. Okay, let's go to Marty. Look at that, right in front of him. Wow, check that out. Great shot there. That is a gust-nado. Okay, let's go to Marty Logan and find out what's going on with Marty. And Marty, give us an update. A lot of ambulances there, not good.
No, ambulances, highway patrol. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. So this is going to be straight east of Laverne. It may be a command area right now. I just gave them the information Justin gave me of the circulation just off to our northwest. And some of them are going down to May, so we're going to see what's going on. And that's what they're doing. They're headed down to May right now.
Okay, well, all right, interesting, because the tornado was obviously north of May, northwest of May, Marty. You know that. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. So this might be related to the tornado, or might be something else going on in northwestern Oklahoma. We don't know, but the tornado did not go on or south of May. We do know that. We know exactly where the tornado was. All right, let's go to links 3.
1.
My bad. Links 1, and this is going to be the continued tornado warning. Running from where Marty is. He's right there looking right at it. Val's coming in from the north. This is going to Buffalo. We'll do a storm track on that coming up. And, okay, here comes the next storm back here. Now, this one is just severe, okay, coming out of Beaver County. We're watching that. It's going northeast, okay? And we'll get a storm track out. While we do that, let's take a look at the video from Val Castor today. And this was just about an hour and a half ago. This is why we were on the air, live, continuous. This is why we issued a tornado emergency for eastern or southeastern Beaver County, northwestern Ellis County, and southwestern Harper County. That is a violent tornado. It's over a half-mile wide, and that tornado went right up to Laverne, and then lifted. It lifted right as it got to Laverne. And if that had gone through Laverne, it would have changed Laverne forever. I'm telling you, that is a bad, bad tornado. And there is so much motion going on here. Now, there can be weaker tornadoes that are wide, right? This is not a weak tornado. I'm just telling you, I've done this a long time, and I've seen a lot of these in the field. And you see something like this at night, and you see something like this during the daylight. It doesn't matter. And how laminar the edges are, it's not ragging on the edge. It gets very smooth and laminar. Just tells me that the wind velocities are even stronger on the wind velocities, right? We're talking winds 200 plus possibly miles per hour, right? So that's not good. And that's what we had that was doing a beeline for Laverne. It was going to Laverne. No, and it went right over town. That circulation went right over town. Okay, so continued tornado warning now for Buffalo. Back to the southwest. Marty's right there. Val's coming in from the north. And we just checked in with Marty. Wow, look at there. Let's go to Val Castor. And Val, it literally looks like it's over your car. And it's over your chase truck there. Circulation's right there. Go ahead. Give me an update. Hang on, Val.
Going north down this road, but we've been watching this lowering, David, and it's pretty close. It's pretty close to being overhead right now. With the wind, probably 2 minutes ago was from the northeast. Now it's very, very light. So we lost our northeast winds. It's almost calm here. I have a feeling once it passes by, we'll probably switch to the south or the southeast or the southwest. But it didn't. Just to let you know, this base was not quite as low as the other storm. So it just does not quite look quite as ominous as the other storm did. Now, I know there's still rotation up there, and we still got to take this serious. So everybody that's to the northeast of here, it's headed your direction. We got to keep watching it. Back to you, David.
Okay. All right. Great job, Val. And Val and Amy have had a wild afternoon and a wild evening. They can't count how many tornadoes they've seen today. They have seen a lot. Starting in the Texas Panhandle, there's the area of circulation now. Tornado warning continues. Okay, this is in a very favorable environment for this to ramp up and produce a tornado. Val doesn't have one, and it looks like we might have some damage. What do we have here? Okay, let's go to Tom. Let's go to Tom and Rob Schott, and they're up here north. Tom, what are we looking at? Okay, no, I thought we had some damage there. Go ahead, Tom. Give me an update of what you're looking at. I thought we had some debris you were looking at. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, no, David. We're still just north of Buffalo. We pulled off of that original storm we were on, and it's moving into Kansas. It was about to produce another tornado as it was moving into Kansas, but we're back on this other storm, and we're waiting for it to come towards us. Back to you, David.
All right. Great job, Tom. And you saw that video that we showed you from Tom Pastrana, right? Tom and Rob. And that was a big tornado that Tom was on in the Texas Panhandle. That was the beginning of the big tornadoes today. And that was a large and violent tornado. And then it weakened, it cycled, and then it produced the second violent large tornado that came slamming into Oklahoma, southeast Beaver County, northwestern Ellis County, and southwestern Harper County. Okay, let's get back to live. Let's go take a look at it here again. There's Buffalo, big hook going on. All right, back to Laverne here. We got a little rain, no big deal. Another severe storm. And this thing continues to weaken now northeast of Slapout. It's weakening some. It's weakening a little bit. Still severe now, going through Ralston. Going to have winds in here, 50 to maybe 60 miles per hour. Going to have some damaging winds in here, okay? And down here is where the tornado warning is right now, and that's where the circulation is. It's right here. It's right here. But wow. Again, you folks in Laverne, man, this thing, you were the bullseye of that tornado. And I mean, went right over town, but it did lift, obviously, before it got to town. So, wow. Yeah, you folks in Laverne, I'm telling you. All is good now, but an hour and a half ago, it was a white knuckle ride. I really thought you were going to get hit. I really did.
Yeah, seeing the debris just west of town was very scary.
Yeah. Large headache developing. That was bad. Big debris ball, and we had debris lofted in the air. We could see it on radar. We could still see the tornado. And it literally got to Laverne and lifted. So crazy. Okay, it's a good kind of crazy, though, because it didn't make it into Laverne. All right, now coming into Buffalo, Tom's in Buffalo. And this is going to be coming into town right now. The circulation is still back to Tom southwest. Tornado warning continues. And this is weakened some. All right, that's storm relative. What is, okay, there's shear rate. Okay, and max rot, not a whole lot there that's too crazy. Okay, and you can see the hook. Clearly the hook. This storm is not tornadic. All right, I'm not too worried about that right now. How's Vaughn doing, Justin? Is he getting closer to his target?
Yeah, we're trying to get there. He's had some debris on the roads.
Okay.
He's trying to get try to get more information, I guess, trying to figure out exactly where the damage is near slap out.
Okay. All right. Great job. Holler when he's closing in. I still see his shot. Don't we have Vaughn's shot? Is he still moving? Is his shot locked up?
Yeah, well.
Is his shot locked or is he still rocking and rolling? Because I see him stopped right now. Okay. So once again, tornado warning. This is going to be for Harper County in northwestern Oklahoma. This storm has had a tornado warning on it now for a couple of counties. Came out of Texas. The big storm that produced the large and violent tornado, that's now moved into Kansas. Okay, but you folks in Buffalo, circulation is going to go right over you. It has weakened. I want to point that out. It has weakened some as it's moving to the northwest. And we were talking about this tomorrow. We're still going to have, by the way, we're still going to have more severe weather tomorrow, okay? And that might be along and west of I-35. We still have the strong jet stream overhead tomorrow. Again, we're going to have more severe weather. The jet stream's overhead. The moisture is still in place. It is late May, and this has been an extremely active pattern. We've had the flooding. The tornado threat has been high all week long, and that tornado threat, I want to point this out, it will still be there again tomorrow. All right, I'll show you that 9-day coming up.
The tornado warning will expire at 10:15.
Yeah.
Well, now.
Okay, it's
10:15.
the tornado warning is now expiring. Okay, it's now going away. Okay, so good news there. Circulation is now not strong enough. We don't have a tornado warning on it. We've got trackers swarming this thing like bees on honey, and it's not on the ground. It is turning still, so we're not going to forget about it. But I want to point out there's nothing else going on in Oklahoma, right? This is the only game in town right now, northwestern Oklahoma.
And sirens are going off in Buffalo.
Sirens are going off in Buffalo. That's good to be safe. That's fine. Do it. Do it. Now, the circulation has weakened. It's not tornadic. It has weakened some. And we've got some other big storms down here in the Texas Panhandle, and those are going to try to come out tonight into southwestern Oklahoma. So we're going to have to keep an eye on those. Still a ways away, though, from our southwestern border. Okay, so once again, northwestern Oklahoma. Let me show you some of the video from today. If you're just now joining us, we've been on the air live, continuous, and let me show you why. Let's go to Val Castor's video, and then we'll jump into Marty's video. This is why we were jumping up and down. That is a killer tornado, hands down. That's a violent, violent tornado. Lots of motion in here, lots of fast motion. That thing grew to the size of a quarter to up to a half mile wide. It was on the ground, we think, right now, guesstimate about 15 to 18 miles. That's considered to be a long track tornado. Most tornadoes do not last this long. By the way, most tornadoes are not this strong. Less than 2% of the tornadoes in the U.S. every year are of that strength. Less than 2%. And we had one in Oklahoma today, and that was in Harper County, that was in northwestern Ellis County, and that was in southeastern Beaver County. And that thing went right over Laverne. It lifted right before it got to Laverne, and it did not hit Laverne. It was so close, though. Unbelievable. Now, this shot here is from Marty Logan, looking off to the northwest, and you can see him. He was heading northbound and down. Large and violent tornado on the ground, very wide. Folks, he's about 2 miles away from that, okay? That is a big tornado. That is a big tornado for sure. Now, let's go to Tom Pastrano's video. And let me show you this. This is Tom's video from earlier today. This is that storm when it was in the Texas Panhandle. Now, this is in Oklahoma here. Don't be confused. That's Oklahoma. Let's go back to the Panhandle and show you what it looked like from Tom Pastrano. And this is during the daylight hours when it was really, really bright out. We'll get that video coming up here in just a second. So, okay, so the tornado warning, it's now been expired, all right? It's still rotating, but the circulation has come way down. But there it is right there. That's Tom Pastrano's video during the day. Look at that. Left side of the tornado, right side of the tornado. That is what we call a wedge tornado, right? It's just a big wedge, big violent tornado. And that was on the ground for a few minutes and then lifted, cycled, and it was putting down small intermittent tornadoes, and then it put down the big tornado again, That's what it looked like. And then that weakened again, and then it set down the next big one, the finale that came into Oklahoma. So what a wild day it has been. Lacey, give me an update on that storm put to Harper County. One more time. Let's go back to, there we go. Let's leave the video. Give me just a quick update on that.
All right, so this is a severe thunderstorm now. We don't have any tornado warnings in effect. That's excellent news because Harper County, you've had two that were just kind of back to back as these two huge storms move through. Now, there's still a circulation with this, but if you look at where you see the blacks and the purples coming together, that's that big hail. That's starting to shrink some. The hail core is coming down, and the lightning count is coming down. Oh, thank you, John. The lightning count is coming down as well, so that's going to continue. It looks like it right now on a downward trend. So excellent news. And as far as the circulation, I don't think anything organized, David, at all.
No, not at all. No. It has lifted, and it's lifted. Circulation is spun way down. It still has a mesocyclone in it. You're still sounding the sirens in Buffalo, and that's great. We love that. Be proactive. But I'll be honest with you, the mesocyclone is going to go right, like we said, it's going, there it is right there. It's going to lift right over town. Circulation is going to go right over town. It's happening right now. Tom's there.
Not seeing anything, and he actually has a west wind now.
Yeah.
So
it's
definitely a weakening.
Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely weakening. Tom's there, but yeah. No more tornado warnings now for Oklahoma. This is Harper County in the northwest. Okay, let's give you the big view here and see what's going on with the big view. We can back out just a second. Once again, we've got these two storms now in northwestern Oklahoma. They are severe. That storm in western Harper County is severe, and the storm now north of Buffalo and west and southwest of Buffalo, it is severe. Winds 60 miles per hour, nickel and dime, quarter-size hail. So far, we had that large, violent tornado on the ground for 15 to 18 miles, give or take. And we know now we have two homes destroyed southeast of Slapout. Von Castor is almost there, and he's going to come in on that damage where we've had, damage from the tornadoes. And there's a lot of homes up here and ranches that are scattered where that tornado tracked. And again, it was right in here. And can we look at shear rate one more time? And let's zoom in here. We've got a few seconds left. A swath, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, take a look at the path of the tornado here. And you can see it coming out of Lipscomb County, out of Follett, and then to the northeast. And I'll show you what we're talking about. And it got really, really serious, right? Look at the path. Look at where the mesocyclone went. Pretty easy to pick that out, right? And it lifted right over Laverne. And notice when you see the reds beginning to disappear, that's because the circulation was weakening. But look back here. We had the yellows in here. And I mean, this thing was blowing and going. So that's what was going on. No tornado warning in effect. Again, right now, we're doing better. Just a severe storm warning. All right, folks, we're going to take a break, get a commercial in. Stay with us at News 9. We'll be back right after this.
Well, we never could quite agree on how to spell Lacey.
It's EY.
Still IE.
Well, there's one thing we can always agree on, and that's how much we love to fish.
And of course, the most important part is how you hold your mouth.
It's actually the song and how you reel.
No, it's just squiggle your mouth to the right.
No, you sing a song and you reel to that beat.
Bite your tongue just a little bit.
That's actually not it.
Do you agree with me?
Or with me? What's your favorite method for catching fish?
Drop us a line at fishing@griffin.news.
Wake up to a new day.
With News 9 this morning.
The David Stanley Chrysler Jeep Dodge Memorial Day sale. Oh, too much on that old ride? Then listen to this. Get 16,000 negative equity assistance to get out of that old ride and into a new Chrysler Jeep or Dodge. Everything goes for pennies on the dollar. 16,000 off Ram Crew Cab. Tag, title, and tax included. Even 7,000 off new Wrangler. No reasonable offer refused. Don't miss this sale. 16,000 negative equity assistance to help you get into a new vehicle today and possibly lower your payment. Absolutely ends Memorial Day. David Stanley Chrysler Jeep Dodge across from Tinker in Midwest City. Memorial Day sales event.
I've been looking for tractors now for about 6 months. Everybody said you're gonna pay more for the green paint. Searching around, that's actually not true.
When I looked at the other brands, I was kind of looking for a reason not to buy a John Deere, and I didn't really find one.
I was thinking that I would buy a used tractor as I always have. Once I looked online and saw what P&K had available, there was really no reason to look for a used tractor.
Check out our 5045V green package with hay spear at P&K.
The Bob Mills Memorial Day weekend event at Bob Mills Sleep Spa is here because I'm the only one using science to find you the right support you just gotta have. So I specially designed 300 sets knowing that 70% of you are side sleepers. Like this Queen Somniva set with super cooling memory foam, regularly $1,800, now only $892. That's the reason you buy your mattress only at Bob Mills Sleep Spa during the Memorial Day free event.
Customer loyalty speaks loudly, and the Bob Moore Auto Group believes the value of that loyalty speaks volumes. Our reputation is the voice of our loyal customers.
It was the best car buying experience ever. I'll be a repeat customer at Bob Moore.
I flew from Arizona for Bob Moore's low prices, and it won't be the last time.
You can't buy trust, but I bought 6 cars in a row from Bob Moore.
Bob Moore Auto Group. Experience the exception. Respectfully, Bob Moore.
Rejuvena, leading the way in the art of natural beauty through non-surgical body sculpting and facial rejuvenation. That's Rejuvena, 842-1100.
News 9 is brought to you by Cox, bringing us closer.
We are tracking severe weather in northwest Oklahoma and also the panhandle there. And what we've been checking on is any reports of damage. What we've heard so far comes straight from our Marty Logan. He is our storm tracker out there. He knows everybody in that area. And what he has heard is that 2 homes have been destroyed just south of Slapout. That's in Beaver County. So we've been making phone calls to dispatch there in Beaver County. They say they're really busy right now. Their deputies are out, and they have not had a chance to talk to them. But as soon as we hear anything more on the damage in that area, we'll let you know.
Yeah, and as far as the power outages go, there is the Northwestern Electric Cooperative that is up there, serving a number of those counties up there, Beaver, Harper, Ellis, Woodward, Woods. They have about 11,500 customers, and of those, that's their total customers. Right now, only 407, at least according to their website, don't have power right now. That number has gone up a little bit just in the past 30 minutes or so. So we're watching that, but again, you make phone calls up there, and right now they're just kind of trying to figure out exactly what just happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So some of our best resources happen to be our storm trackers. They are out and about, and our chief meteorologist, David Payne, he is tracking the storms. Let's go back over to him.
All right, guys. Yeah, and again, the tornado warnings have now been dropped for northwestern Oklahoma. Severe storm moving through Buffalo, the hail course to your north. Buffalo, nickel and dime, maybe some quarter-size hail, big hail to your north, and a little more hail back in here. Winds are going to be 60 miles per hour. Folks, let's go to Vaughn Castor. He's right in the middle of it. And Vaughn, I was looking at it looked like some pretty bad damage. Go ahead, Vaughn Castor. Tell me exactly where you are, and tell me what you found so far. I see a tree that's been shredded, and it has debris, again, through the tree. That tells me there was a lot of wind velocity going through here. Give me an update on what you found so far and what you've seen. It looks like you had some damage just about 30 seconds ago when you were driving through. Tell me where you are. Go ahead.
Hey, hold on a second, David. I'm talking to a local.
No, you're good. You're good. Okay, so here's the deal. Vaughn is, guys, tell me his GPS location. Just
yeah, you can see it. He's right on the border of Ellis County and Beaver County and about a mile south of the county line of Ellis County.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
He's just south of 412.
Okay. All right. There it is. There's where Vaughn is, right here. And, okay, here's Slapout. This is where the tornado, right? It was going to Laverne, right? So this is where Vaughn is right now. So let's zoom on in here, and then Vaughn will talk to us. Let's take a look at there. Tornado went right over. This is a tornado path. Okay. Tornado nailed this this evening. Okay. So the roads are what is this? East-west? 30?
East-west 30, yeah.
You can talk to him now.
Okay, and then Hollow, what's this one here? Hollow what? What's
168, North 168, and he's right on the county line.
Okay, right on the county line. This is Ellis, Beaver, and Harper County. Let's go to Vaughn Castor. Let's go to Vaughn. Vaughn, I see a lot of damage in there. Tell me what you know, what you see, and give me an update. Go ahead and take your time. Take your time.
Yeah, what this was, we just had a local lead us back here to this house. This house took a direct hit. You can't see a house because there is none here. This was a wood frame house, and it's totally gone. Totally gone.
Vaughn, any signs of any people, any dogs, any animals, anything around there? I mean, I see a propane tank or something here. Where is the house? In a violent tornado, sometimes it'll be fairly close by, maybe to the northeast, Vaughn, or it'll be thrown back around to the southeast side. Depends on where and how that tornado was hit, or the house was hit. Do you see the house anywhere nearby?
Okay.
I mean, go ahead.
Okay, hold on, David. Hold on, David. This has, let me see if I can get a shot right here. If you can see down, there's the, there's the foundation right there. That's block. That's cinder block.
Here, right here in front of these tanks, I see something right here.
Okay, I just changed the shot. to a trees. You see a tree laying down?
Yeah, we see the big tree laying down here.
Okay, there's cinder block right underneath that tree.
Oh my God!
This is where this house was.
Okay, and Vaughn,
It's totally.
Vaughn, do we know that people live here? They might not have been here, but do we know? Okay, do we know that people lived here? Have they told you this was somebody's house they actually lived in?
I had a local lead me in here, and now I've got some people, some emergency guys here. I'm going to get some more information and get back with you, David.
Okay, all right. Vaughn, we're gonna keep your shot up. We're gonna keep your shot up. He is again just east of Slap Out. Locals are coming in. Obviously, there are people coming to this home that are concerned for the well-being of these folks. We don't know if they were home. We don't know if they're fine. We don't know anything right now. Vaughn's going to find out a lot more coming up. So here's the deal. These two things happened. They were either at home and they got to the safe spot and all is good, or they weren't home, right? Again, there's different scenarios that could play out here, but there was a house here, according to these men that Vaughn has been speaking to, and evidently the house obviously took a direct hit from that large and violent tornado, right? And the house is no longer here. So this is major damage. The house is completely gone. It's completely gone. And we don't know how well built it was, or we don't know. We don't know what kind of home it was, but it sounds like it was more than just it wasn't a modular home. We think it was a well-built, structured home, at least of some type. Okay, so that's in northwestern Oklahoma. Vaughn, you just saw Vaughn getting out. He's going to walk over there, and we don't know what they're looking for. They might be looking for people right now. We don't know. We don't know. I'm a little concerned, though, when we start to see a lot of people pulling up and people are starting to look around like this. That's not what you like to see. Okay, so lots of people going in, and we'll see. Okay, here comes Vaughn. There's Vaughn. Go ahead, Vaughn. We hear you. Go ahead. Take it.
Okay, I just got one of these safety guys or emergency guys said this is his cousin's house. I don't want to give you the name right now, but he gave me the name. He said he does not know if he was here or not. And right now they're doing some search and rescue. There's a propane tank that is just spewing propane right there, where you see right there in the middle. It could be a dangerous situation if you got a spark here, but they're just now, we beat them here. They're just now doing search and rescue on this house. This house, again, David, was a wood frame. It has cinder block. I don't know if the cinder block was just around the bottom part. You know, these old wood frame houses used to go part way up with a brick or a block. I don't know that, but it's totally gone. It's going to be scattered out to the northeast of here. You see the propane tank, and there looks like there is house debris on to the north and to the east of that propane tank, which is where you see them shining the flashlights back there in the background. Unfortunately, hopefully he was not here. Hopefully he was not here.
Okay, so we don't know, though. That's the good thing about it. We don't know that he easily could have been gone, right? He got out of the way, or he just was at somebody else's home, possibly. Is that what we're thinking? We don't know, but I mean, we don't know whether he was here or not, right? Is that right, Vaughn? That's what the guy told you?
Yes.
That pulled up?
Yes. His cousin, who is looks like a volunteer fire department, told me that it is his cousin, and he does not know for sure if he was here or not.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can find this gentleman. If you know anybody, if anybody recognizes any part of this, again, we are how many miles east of Slap Out here? If anybody can recognize any part of this, we can't release his name for obvious reasons of the gentleman that we're looking for here. But anyway, these men are looking for this guy.
6.1 miles south.
Okay, let's go back to the map here, and Vaughn will stay here for a little while longer. You folks in northwestern Oklahoma, and if this guy is watching, we want to know where you are, okay? There's Slap Out. This is going to be to your southeast right here, 6 miles. Yeah, about 6 miles east of town and 3 miles south on the County Line Road. Okay, that's what we're looking for right now. Okay, so we'll see. Hopefully we find this guy safe and sound, and he got out and he's fine, but we don't know. Search and rescue is going on right now around his property. His house is completely gone. It took a direct hit from a large and violent tornado. this evening, right before the 10
Okay.
o'clock
Hey,
newscast.
David?
Go ahead, Vaughn.
David?
Take it. Yep.
Okay. He is accounted for. So we have no injuries here at this house, but this house is gone. It's obliterated.
Wow.
It is absolutely gone.
Okay.
So, but the good news is it can be rebuilt, David. It
Oh,
can
yeah.
be rebuilt.
Oh yeah.
The guy is safe.
Okay. Great
Great
ending. Great job, Vaughn. Great ending. Vaughn was tracking this thing with all of our trackers, again, with all of them together, doing a phenomenal job as this came out of the panhandle. So that house is completely gone. I mean, we found a few pieces of it left, but right now it looks like it was completely flattened. And Vaughn was saying that he was told that it was a wood frame house. All right, so that's obviously a stronger built home, and that's what it looks like, but it's been completely flattened. But the owner of this home has been found, and he is alive and well tonight. And I don't know if he was there and got out or he was at some other place, but great news, great news. He might have been somewhere else. Okay, so awesome news there. Okay, so once again, no tornado warnings in the Northwest. The tornadoes have now ended. We're still tracking a few storms in the Northwest. We're going to take a commercial break. We'll be back right after this.